mess with the text, let's say. Let's not mess with the text. A translator should translate and not say, I don't like what is written here in the original. You know what? I will translate the opposite. That's not allowed. That's adding to Scripture and taking away from Scripture. We should never ever do that. So the correct translation is indeed saving for or except for the matter of whoring, or fornication. So Yeshua is explaining here that it is forbidden to put away, to divorce your wife for any other reason than uncoveredness or whoring. Yeshua confirms Torah. He confirms Torah. What a surprise. Are we surprised that Yeshua confirms Torah? I hope not. Remember, he said, I did not come to do away with Torah, but I came to fulfill Torah. Nothing that Yeshua says is in contradiction with Deuteronomy 24, 1-4. It is part of Torah and it is valid today as it was then, at the time that Moses wrote it. Yeshua always confirmed Torah. He never said, in Torah says this, but I say something else. Although people think he did in Matthew 5, 6, 7. It was written, or it was said by those of old, this and that. But I say to you, as I mentioned a while ago, it should read, and I say to you. I add an extra dimension to it, but meaning I add the spiritual dimension to it. Torah is dealing mainly, not exclusively, but mainly with the letter of the law. And he's adding the spirit of the law. But make no mistake, the spirit of the law never contradicts the letter of the law. The law says, don't murder anyone. Yeshua says, if you hate someone, you have already committed murder in your heart. Does that mean that now it's okay to murder someone as long as you didn't hate him?
Oh.
Are you crazy? No, of course not. The letter of the law remains valid as well as the spirit of the law. It's so obvious, so obvious. Yeshua confirmed all of Torah and added, let's say, or clarified the spiritual meaning of Torah, meaning he fulfilled it. He gave it its full intention, its full meaning. The word used in Matthew 5:32 for whoring or fornication in other translations is porneia. Porneia. Question, what is that? What does that mean? What is whoring? Let's go to a few verses that use this same Greek word porneia. Matthew 15:19. Matthew 15:19.
For out of the heart come forth wicked reasonings, murders, adulteries, whorings, thieves, false witnessings, slanders.
So,
What this mean?
here we see a list of wicked reasonings, and it mentions both adulteries and whorings. So there is a different Greek word that is specifically referring to adultery. So, and then whorings, which is porneia. So we can safely conclude from this that porneia, whoring, is not, at least not necessarily the same as adultery. So porneia might include adultery, but here it's listed. If it would be identical, then Yahshua would not mention both side by side. Of course, Yahshua was not speaking in Greek, he was speaking in Hebrew or maybe Aramaic, but apparently he used different words in Hebrew and Aramaic. John 8:41. John 8:41.
You do the works of your father. Then they say to him, we were not born of whoring. We have one Father, Elohim.
I think, this is during one of those, let's say, unfriendly conversations between Yahshua and the Jews, the religious leaders of his time. So the Jews said to him, we were not born of whoring. So I think this is an implicit accusation. You were born of whoring. We weren't. They knew Joseph and Mary were not yet married when she was pregnant. You're born of whoring. That's their implication. So here it seems like whoring is referring indeed to premarital relations. 1 Corinthians 5:1. Another verse that uses porneia, that gives as a clue. Chapter 5, 1 Corinthians 5:1.
Sexual immorality, defile the church. I want to...
Just verse 1.
It is commonly reported that there is a whoring among you, and such whoring as is not even named among the Gentiles, so as one to have his father's wife.
So here it is explained what type of whoring it is. There is one who has his father's wife. Whoring. Reference to Leviticus 18. We will not go there. It's a whole chapter about forbidden marriages.